Welcome to another edition of Talking Models. Today we're going to review a kit that I'm about to begin on my workbench. EarthBound Studios. I'm sure that rings a bell to all of you who have been in this hobby, even for a short time. But those veterans like us, you know Mark Brokaw and you know EarthBound Studios. Today I'm going to do just a little quick review on this beautiful kit of the Fly from his Big Head series. I was excited to get this from Mark a few months ago. It was probably maybe the end of last year when I purchased a few of them from him, and this gem was one of them. Beautifully casted, as you can see, and sculpted by Joe Simon. It's one of the older ones from Mark's line. I believe this was sculpted in 2010. You can see, like all of his kits, they're big, hence the name Big Heads. And this one is just so cool. It comes in separate pieces. Obviously the head pops off, the body just sits on the base. Simple base but effective controls. It says the Fly on it. And it also comes with a bunch of little pieces. As you can see, the different antennas that you get along with it. All those little things that you just basically plug and play. And then the real tiny ones, a bunch of those, as you can see. And then more assorted pieces that you get that all just basically plug and play. Another little piece here. And of course he labels this little container Fly Inside. So all this stuff, it's just amazing. If you've owned a kit from Mark, you know that they are flawless. I mean, even as you look at these little pieces, bravo, Mark, bravo. These are just, they almost look like porcelain. They just are beautifully casted by a man that has been in the hobby for many years, and he loves this hobby. Shout out to you, Mark Brokaw. Now, you may look at all these and think, well, where am I going to put them all? Don't fret. This comes along with it, too. I mean, Mark thinks of everything. Return of the Fly by Joe Simon, 27 parts. Talks about it, and if you look at the picture, it shows you where everything goes. And on the back, talks about the base. And he also, everything is so laid out. He says the ball and the head can be wrapped with tape for a tighter fit into the socket. Pinning is recommended, obviously because the head's kind of large. Attach the torso to the base with glue and or screws. He gives you everything you need. I've never really attached any of my big heads to the base. I just set them there, and when the grandkids and everybody comes over, they know the rule, right? Come on, you guys know the rule. Do not touch. This one I may do it because of the bigness of it and maybe the top heavy part. I like this thing about the tape. Normally I take saran wrap and I wrap it around the socket, set it in, gives it a nice fit. And my Curse of the Werewolf, Frankenstein, all the other big heads that I've done. Now with this one, I mean, gosh, there's just so many possibilities. I'll just pop the head off here, as you can see what he's talking about. If you wrap that up, for me, I do it with saran tape, but for this one, I may try some tape. Let me just take some tape and wrap it around, and what it does is gives you that nice tight fit instead of, see what it's doing? Just wrap it, and then you can put it wherever you want, and it's not going to move on you. So here's the head. You can see the pore. I mean, there's just so much going on in this piece. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the eyes yet. I may just go with like a gold greenish look. I've seen a lot of guys do the little lines in it, you know, to represent the eye of the fly. Just not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet, but once I turn the compressor on and I start spraying, it comes to life. So that's the head. The next section is, of course, the torso, which Mark recommends, again, either pinning and or securing to the base with screws. I may do that with this one. I may use screws and make sure that it's nicely in place. That way, if the grandkids do get out of Pop's eyesight and make a move for the heads, most of the time they don't because they're afraid of them. But if they do, falls over, we panic, they cry, it's a train wreck. So I may just end up attaching this one to avoid any type of derailment at Pop's house. So it's, as you can see, very well done. And again, flawless. These big heads from Mark, basically, honest guys, I just washed this yesterday with some dishwash detergent. There's no seams. It's ready to prime. It'll be primed today, on the bench tomorrow, and away we go. So as you can see, just beautifully done. Bravo, Joe Simon. And obviously you can see the bottom. It'd be easy to put the screws in. You may say, well, how am I going to do that? Boom. See, it's wide open. Take your screws, put them through, line it up, boom. You got a nice secure piece. No tipping, no problems. You can see with this, you get return of the fly right on the front. You've got the different little controls, levers, go around the base. And you have a bunch of different little gadgets and things going on. And it just, you can do so much of this. I got some plans for this again, but a lot of times with me, you know, since the accident, sometimes when my memory's not so clear and what I want to do, I think about it, but then I forget about it. But once I start, you know, spraying that paint through the airbrush, it comes to life. And that's my plan with this one. So as you can see, Return of the Fly, EarthBound Studios, Sculpted by Joe Simon, and I believe it is available today. So I will put some information in there on how to get a hold of Mark at EarthBound. And do yourself a favor. These are beautiful kits. And you know, for Mark to be able to price a lot of these older kits below $200, boom, you can't go wrong. And look at the stuff you can do as a painter with something this size. So much area to work. You can step out of your comfort zones and you can make a creation that you're going to be proud of and display in your collection. That's what this kit is. So hit up Mark at EarthBound Studios and pick yourself up one of these. And over the next week or so, you'll probably be seeing a video done on Talking Models with Troy Nayert of this one built up and painted, and I'll talk about what I did. So thanks for stopping in for this review today. Have a great day today. Keep on modeling, and may God bless.